As the dust settled from World War I, a sinister atmosphere brewed beneath the surface, teeming with unresolved grievances and harsh penalties that would inevitably lead to the outbreak of World War II. At the heart of this turbulence lay the Treaty of Versailles, an agreement that set the stage for the impending storm. Amidst this chaos, the rise of totalitarian regimes in Germany, Italy, and Japan revealed the dark undercurrents of economic despair and fervent nationalism. Each nation, driven by a desperate desire to reclaim past glories, sought aggressive expansion through military conquest, an ominous harbinger of what was to come. As the 1930s unfolded, alliances formed like shadows in the night, notably the Rome-Berlin Axis. This strategic partnership ignited ambitions within the Axis powers, fueling aggressive military tactics that would plunge the world into widespread conflict, leaving nations trembling in its wake. The Second Sino-Japanese War erupted in 1937, unleashing a wave of destruction that culminated in the infamous Nanking Massacre, a grim exhibition of Japan's imperial aspirations. The harrowing consequences of war began to ripple across the globe, setting a precedent for atrocities yet to unfold. Yet, as Japan's aggression escalated, the world stood on the sidelines, paralyzed by its own internal struggles. International responses were largely ineffective, fostering a climate where decisive intervention against Japanese expansion remained an elusive dream. Meanwhile, in Europe, a different kind of storm was brewing. Hitler's ambitions darkened the continent, and the policies of appeasement, intended to quell his aggression, only seemed to fan the flames of his aspirations for domination, leading to an inevitable clash. The tide of war began to turn with Operation Dynamo, an incredible feat that successfully evacuated over 338,000 Allied soldiers from Dunkirk. This remarkable operation, perceived as miraculous by many, stood as a testament to human resilience, even amidst staggering losses. In the wake of France's fall, the Nazis tightened their grip over Europe, leaving Britain as the lone power still standing against their onslaught. With Hitler's ambitions appearing frighteningly attainable, the specter of domination loomed larger than ever. Then came the Battle of Britain, a defining moment where the Royal Air Force showcased resilience and ingenuity in repelling relentless German air assaults. This clash illuminated a crucial truth: the Nazi war machine, formidable as it was not invincible. In another theater, Greek forces launched an audacious counteroffensive that pushed back the disorganized Italian troops. This victory underscored the strategic significance of the Balkans, a region that would become pivotal in the unfolding narrative of the war. As the conflict raged on, Operation Barbarossa unfolded on June 22, 1941, marking the largest military campaign in history. Hitler's vision of conquest extended not just territorially, but also ideologically, signaling a dark turning point in the war. The Siege of Leningrad, a grueling ordeal lasting nearly 900 days, bore witness to one of the war's most horrific chapters. The staggering civilian casualties highlighted the relentless brutality of the Eastern Front during World War II, painting a chilling picture of human suffering. Initially, the German strategy faltered, underestimating the Soviet resolve that would emerge in fierce resistance. What was expected to be a swift victory spiraled into a protracted conflict, setting the stage for a dramatic turn. In a strategic maneuver, Stalin relocated factories and summoned fresh troops, fortifying the Soviet defenses. This calculated change would prove essential, enabling a powerful counterattack during the crucial winter months, as the tides began to shift. The Battle of Stalingrad emerged as a pivotal confrontation, where Soviet forces showcased unparalleled tenacity and resourcefulness, ultimately encircling the formidable German Sixth Army. This epic struggle would mark a fundamental turning point in the war. In a clever chess game of deception, the Allies launched Operation Bodyguard, an extensive disinformation campaign designed to mislead German forces about the actual landing locations for D-Day. The deception included everything from fake radio traffic to dummy installations, all crafted to manipulate the enemy's perception. D-Day itself dawned as a monumental effort, with massive troop landings occurring simultaneously on 5 beaches. American forces stormed Utah and Omaha Beach, while British and Canadian troops bravely attacked Gold, Juneau, and Sword Beaches, a testament to the Allied resolve. Despite facing fierce German resistance, the Allies persevered, establishing a critical beachhead in Normandy. Yet the cost was steep, particularly at Omaha Beach, where the brutal clash bore witness to immense sacrifice and valor. Behind the scenes, meticulous planning for Operation Cobra unfolded, involving a massive aerial bombardment to shatter German defenses. This preparation proved crucial, allowing American forces to exploit the breach effectively and drive forward. As the dust settled from the subsequent Battle of the Falaise Pocket, tens of thousands of German soldiers found themselves trapped. This encirclement strategy exemplified the Allies' effectiveness and resulted in a staggering number of German casualties, contributing to the collapse of their defenses. August 25, 1944, marked a day of jubilation for the Allies as they liberated Paris, marking a pivotal victory after years of dark Nazi occupation. The courage and contributions of the French resistance were instrumental in this monumental effort. The psychological shockwaves of the Battle of Stalingrad were profound, shattering German morale and heralding the onset of a series of Soviet offensives. This shift altered the dynamics of the Eastern Front, a turning point that would resonate throughout the war. Then came the Battle of Kursk, a monumental clash featuring the largest tank engagement in history. Soviet defenses stood resilient against German offensives, marking the last significant attempt by the Nazis to reclaim the initiative on the Eastern Front. Operation Bagration in 1944 unleashed catastrophic losses upon the Germans, severely undermining their Eastern Front and paving the way for the Soviet advance. This operation set the stage for liberation efforts across Eastern Europe, igniting hope among the oppressed. In the violent fighting that ravaged Berlin, civilian casualties mounted and destruction reigned supreme. The city, once vibrant, transformed into a fortress amidst chaos, as life for its residents turned into a haunting nightmare in the final days of the war. The Eastern Front bore witness to unimaginable loss, with over 30 million lives extinguished, both soldiers and civilians alike. This staggering toll serves as a solemn reminder of the war's unprecedented scale and horror, a tragedy that echoed through the ages. Among the darkest chapters of history, the Holocaust stands out, a calculated genocide that led to the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews. This atrocity was driven by a venomous ideology entrenched deep in the roots of totalitarianism. Yet, amidst the horrors, Jewish resistance movements sprang to life in ghettos and forests, conducting acts of sabotage and uprisings against their oppressors. These courageous acts of defiance showcased not only resilience, but the indomitable human spirit amidst unimaginable brutality. As the war drew to a close in 1945, the liberation of concentration camps revealed the horrific reality of the Holocaust. Emaciated survivors emerged, sharing haunting stories of loss and resilience that would serve as vital truths for future generations to confront. In the search for justice, the Nuremberg trials emerged as a beacon of hope. However, many Nazi leaders evaded punishment, leaving lingering questions about accountability. The Holocaust remains a somber reminder of the moral responsibilities societies must uphold against hatred and oppression. The liberation of concentration camps in 1945 laid bare the horrific realities faced by countless victims of the Holocaust, from emaciated survivors to meticulous Nazi records documenting their unspeakable atrocities. The Nuremberg trials sought to bring Nazi leaders to justice, yet many slipped through the cracks, leaving society grappling with the moral dilemmas of accountability, questions that still echo through history. In a heart-wrenching testament to the human spirit, survivors of the Holocaust shared their harrowing tales of resilience. Their voices serve as a vital reminder that societies must foster tolerance and compassion to prevent the specters of past atrocities from haunting humanity again. As the immediate post-war period unfolded, nations faced immense hardship, yet demonstrated remarkable resilience in their efforts to rebuild shattered economies and societies. The scars of World War II were fresh, but the spirit of recovery was ignited. Amidst this rebuilding, the Marshall Plan emerged in 1948, a lifeline extended by the United States to provide economic aid to Western European nations. This initiative aimed to stifle the spread of communism and promote a robust capitalist recovery, a bold step toward a brighter future. In the aftermath of the war, new international organizations like the United Nations came into being, engineered to promote peace and prevent future conflicts across the globe. The world stood at a crossroads, determined to forge a new path rooted in diplomacy and cooperation. The war's far-reaching impact on technology birthed groundbreaking advancements that not only transformed military strategies, but also influenced the realms of modern medicine and communication. These innovations would lay the foundation for the world as we know it today. In the shadows of the war, an ideological battle emerged, pitting capitalism against communism. This fierce struggle reshaped international relations, leading to the establishment of the United Nations, an agency tasked with fostering diplomacy and peace. Despite the horrors faced during the conflict, humanity's resilience shone through as societies united in their efforts to rebuild. The emphasis on unity and compassion became a guiding principle in overcoming the haunting shadows of past traumas.